Hello, welcome to Massey University in Palmerston North, where we are taking in Waikanai Beach, Top 10 Holiday Park, Gisborne Thistle, and Isles Construction Massey University. Brought to you live from the Rangai Media Studios on Gladstone Road. I'm watching this on a delicious, gonna give it a 48-inch television set, seeing exactly what you are, and g'day to the 8 viewers we have following on Facebook, assuming that there's more than 8 because there's a Thistle club rooms full of it. If we've got the cast to the TV going properly, I'm sure Liquid Les Gunther's done what he does and managed to flick that through for the boys. Best of luck to the local teams competing today, as we look for the toss here to see who's going to be going in what direction. Thistle, of course, in the all-white today, the away kit, and Massey University in all blue. It's Massey University captain Caleb Young there in the number 4, and Anda Batarita, the 6-year-old, who has the captain's armband today. Nick Land, the normal captain, away looking after the family, as he does. Pretty sure he's managed to turn out a local competition today for the reserves. And also missing today of note is Cullen Sporforth, picked up another couple yellow cards. So he will not be on your screens today. Referee Jason Marshall in the middle. He's familiar with Thistle already this season. Assisted by Brandon Climo on the far side, I believe, and Ali Muhammad on the near side. And it's looking like the teams will switch around, so it'll be Waikanai Beach, Top 10 Holiday Park, Gisborne Thistle playing left to right in the white. And once Massey University realise that Thistle's on their half, they'll continue that little nifty pre-season manoeuvre and play from right to left. Plenty of familiarity between the sides. Thistle coach Garrett Blair, of course, Central Football board member. Donald Piper, the Massey coach, Central Football head operations manager. As Jason Marshall tallies the players and decides that we're going to get underway shortly. And it's Thistle with the kickoff and first possession. Batarita goes long already for Felipe Torres. Who thought he was shielding for a corner. Turns out that is not the case. But there's a moment of honesty amongst the Massey players there, and it's seen what's evidently the correct decision made. Looks like a lovely deck down there at Palmerston North. Look at the state of that. Flat as and lots of grass. 2 things you're looking for in a football pitch. Far post, it's Anderson who's up, but Massey University keeper Tommy Johnson's got on his paws and he'll look to go long, as he almost always does. That's not his best work there though. And we have Alex Davies sitting deep. Stuart Hill, the Thistle keeper, goes long and can't quite find Jimmy Summerton there. As Massey keep it across the back. Down the left side now, that's Massey through Michael Hilson, the futsal extraordinaire. But his cross would have stayed inside of Jim. Now of note for Massey University today in the middle, keep an eye out for number 15, Ollie Chechi. English born, import over here, moved to New Zealand when he was 3 years old, obviously of Italian descent. And he's been hiding in the reserve team all season up until the very end of June. He's been a bit of a revelation the last few weeks for Massey, who are hot on the attack in the box here. Looks like they'll have a corner of their own. Chichi's down in the 15, so if you can pick that out, then That's the man you're looking for. New Zealand under 17 international. Auckland City youth team player. He's been at North Shore United, he's been at Miramar Rangers. And he hails from Mount Aspiring, so Wanaka. Played for Queenstown Rovers as youth football before the Wanaka club came to form. It's also Dave McCorkindale, looking like a silver brownie fawny kind of fox in the middle there. The 44-year-old, he's twice the age or more of most of his teammates and possibly most people on the pitch here today. Only plays the home games because he's a family man.
Have you checked that button? Not, so just above that red.
As Johnson has it at the back there. So yeah, McCorkindale, huge in for Massey University today. As well as Chichi, if indeed he is on that pitch, can't quite make out from here.
Just make sure that's red.
Going long now, that's Hilson, exceptional touch there on the left-hand side. Trades with Joe Freeman on the inside and he's got it back in the pocket. Anderson's there to pick that one up. And it looks like Alan Zarate there tracking back. Throw in now for Massey. Freeman tries to find some space but cannot on that occasion. Somerton's flick goes no further than Jackson Bron, who's got the start. Normally Jacob Riley at left back for Massey University, so we'll see if we can spot Riley perhaps at right back. And that'll be Alex Davies standing over the throw now. Zarate for Thistle. Looks to find Torres on the right side, but it's cut out by Ben Meyer. And we've got some pitch side audio just to accentuate your viewing experience here. Be able to hear all the bumps and bruises as they happen. The referee's whistle, the consternation from the players. It's like you're there, standing awkwardly above the two dugouts, peering above the pitch. Gazelle, Jimmy Somerton, looks like he's an unfortunate little niggle there, or a big niggle. Young now at the back. Now I'll just do my best to monitor the Facebook comments as well, so if you want to give me clarification on any matters, feel free to send those queries through. And if I go silent for extended periods, it's because I'm trying to manage the rest of the traffic through the cell phone. It'll be Ollie Davies with the throw for Thistle out on the left there. Strong frame of Zarate there in the middle for Thistle. Speaking of strong, looks like Brandon Jocelyn might not have passed the fitness test and warm up. So he'll just be enjoying the trip. Batarita now. Over the ball. Good delivery into the box. Evades Somerton and Torres. And it's going to be a Thistle corner again. Normally Sporforth on the corners, of course. So we'll see what we can make out there. Good delivery to the far post again. Anderson on top of the ball. Right, and then indeed is strong Brandon Josling in the number 3. So Alex Davies playing in the middle of the park. Josling on the right. Josling, of course, represents the Cancer Society when he's on the pitch for Gisborne Thistle, thanks to the donation by that anonymous club member. A very generous, wise, anonymous club member. It's a Massey free kick now with McCorkindale standing over the ball. Former Palmerston North Marist man and spent a bit of time at North End, but it's Donald Piper who's charmed his way into McCorkindale's plans this season. Long ball here from the back, sees Stuart Hill coming out to meet it. It's McCorkindale in the middle, exchanging with looks like Jack Farmer on the far side. Wouldn't want to speculate for fear of being incorrect. Strong challenge from Ollie Davies, who's very accomplished at left back against Palmerston North Marist in that big win for Thistle last weekend. At home, of course. Anderson will win himself a free kick there, thanks to the low head. Stuart Hill goes long now. Someone's called for seconds. We haven't even started yet. That'll be Farmer, the Wanganui on the right side, winning the free kick that time. Of course, he's a big tennis guy, Zach Farmer. But it's a much bigger ball he's dealing with today. One thing you don't want to Google is Zach Farmer. It's going to come up with horrific imagery of a farmer called Zach who did some not very nice things to some animals. Tip for beginners there. Stay away from that. Massey again out on the right-hand side. Dangerous ball to the near post, and looks like they've got themselves a lead. It's Joe Freeman, who looks like he's got the goal there, the number 9 for Massey University, and it's the home side with a lead. Wouldn't say early. Still in the opening stages of the fixture. Of course, last time these teams met, it was a 3-2 away victory for Massey over Gisborne Thistle. And Thistle are going to have to come from behind again here. Settle themselves down and get into the swing of things. Could be dangerous here for Thistle, but it's cut out well by McCorkindale, showing that experience. Wilson picking up on his little area here, out on the left-hand side. Matarita now.
Stand up! Stand up!
Summerton in the area, moving dangerously. And hear the cries of Donald Piper telling people to stand up. They may be thinking they're already doing so, given to that they are running. Farmer again dangerous on the right, if that indeed is him, based on hair colour alone. Corkindale now, cut out by an opportunistic Torres, who looks to release Jimmy Summerton long, and he's through here. And he's been cut down. How much of the ball Caleb Young won there is open to interpretation. McMillan goes to have a bite himself. Anderson now at the back, wins possession, and Torres has it on the right. Challenge comes flying in from Freeman. McMillan under some heavy pressure, does well to get it back to Anderson, and now Stuart Hill. It's Davies who's got it on the left here. Inside the box for Thistle, gets his crossover, but it's not going to be met by anybody. Apart from the Massey University defender who's climbed high above a Thistle player who's taken the knock to the head and take the opportunity to get a little bit of attention. Just try and gain my comments back. We've dropped out of the internet land here. In front of you. So Somerton and Butterley just standing over this. Somerton, of course, has scored 2 so far this season from free kicks. One against Palmerston North End, one against Napier Marist. And Butterley is backed right away, so he'll be looking to add to this tally here. Be a fine strike to beat Johnston in the Massey University goal. And he almost does down there at the far post. Johnson full stretch to his right, and it's a Gisborne Thistle corner. It's like a supreme day down there in Palmerston North. A little bit of wind, of course, up there at the top of the funnel. This comes over, it's at the far post, and Somerton meets it. When it looks like Zarate was really waiting there for what would have been a worldie. Johnson now with the goal kick goes short. Yet to spot that number 15 for Massey, but hazard a guess that could be him on the far side there. Keep an eye out for him if you do see him. Oliver Chichi. International in our midst. Could even be wearing a 10 perhaps. Just checking my notes as I look down here. Him on the ball now, I would imagine. If you can hear those effects. Heard little ollies there. You can only work with the information you've been given, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that that number 10 is none other than Oliver Chichi. And every now and then I'll do my best to stay out of it so you can just enjoy the quips of Donald Piper on the sideline for Massey University. Does run a constant narrative on the sideline. 13 for Massey, there's Ben Meyer. And again, he's got Jackson Bron out on the left-hand side here. There's a little clip from Felipe Torres, former Juventud man, of course, in the second game for Thistle. First start today. Of course, with, in case you missed it at the start, Captain Nick Land and Cullen Sporforth, the holding midfielder, unavailable today. Bronze deliveries to the far post. Unsure if Zach Farm is the right guy to be looking for there. That's McCorkindale getting the crossover. Torres will look to win this in front of Bronnet on the right. George Andrew now, the Thistle lone player, of course. Keeps it short, exchange between Hilson and Freeman. Seen Alex Davies end up with the ball. Or is it Brandon Josling? Amongst the haze, difficult to pick up sometimes there, but bear with us if there is any cases of mistaken identity. Greetings to our Latin American viewers, of course. Eduardo and Juan out there. And our rural viewers, and Brad Reynolds in Hamilton, as it's Jimmy Summerton at the end of this. Just set out on one of his mazy dribbles across the top of the box. He's got Torres behind him. Alex Davies now. Yeah, I'm going to take my position back at Brandon Josling's not on the field. But if anybody can tell us definitively, anybody who might be sitting on the live stream there in Palmerston North, but I see the whole right side of the field here and I don't see that strong man. Perhaps fooled before by the 3 and the 13 for Alan Zarate. Freeman now switches it. And like Jacob Riley out on the right hand side there.
Squeeze up! Squeeze up! Make the half!
So thinking that Hansen hasn't made the cut today for Massey, perhaps another warm-up casualty. Perhaps him and Josling had a little bit of a battle in the warm-up and taken each other out.
Good attitude, Sam!
It looks like it is the 18 though, Jacob Hansen.
Going! Who's showing? Jacob Riley, cover!
Out of Hutt International Boys High School at University in Palmerston North. Hilson now on the left. Decent cross, the far post.
Michael, outstanding play down there, son! Outstanding!
And that's that man, Jacob Hansen, popping up on the right-hand side by the looks of it. It's the number 18 for Massey University. It's not the number 13, and 16 is Zach Farmer, so if it's a case of mistaken identity, my mistake. See a word from Kane Davies there saying that is Jacob Hansen at left back. So some numerical deficiencies there. So Jacob Hansen's the number 2, playing left back. And indeed would have been Zach Farmer scoring the goal. Jackson Bond remains on the bench where he's listed, and it's a 2-0 deficit. Gisborne Thistle in a bit of trouble here away. As the Squawks come into play here. Speaking of controversy, those in the know will see that last time Massey were out in the league, the goalkeeper, Tommy Johnston, the man with the big boot, the man from Terrigal, was actually sent from the field. And he's managed to serve a suspension in the Federation Cup. Notwithstanding that Massey University haven't played in the Federation League since he received that red card. So one for the regulation writers there, just to clarify what exactly is going on. We move on and get on with what's on the pitch. I'm going to call that Chichi in the number 10. Kane, if you can clarify whether that is Oliver Chichi there in number 10, that will be handy as I can hear some calls of Ollie from players, so I'm going to assume that's the case. Tidy little through ball there, showing all the skill. It's Thistle now looking to respond. Summerton's come away with that. Holds the ball well. You can hear Piper screaming at his troops. And it's been picked up by George Andrew. Just when Somerton was beginning to look threatening. He's gone deep to get it here and he's wriggled his way through. Has it Ate in the middle, who looks to switch one to Torres. All sorts of crowd noise coming through. I'm going to hazard a guess there that's a game of rugby next door, perhaps. That's what a rugby crowd sounds like, isn't it? Yelling and gnashing of teeth.
Get forward, lads!
It's definitely a rugby whistle. But back on the pitch in front of us here, we're Thistle hard on defence. Looking to come away with it through Batarita, and it's Somerton, that lone figure up front. Wins a little foul there. G'day to Constable Jaron Brower on his shift at the moment, pounding the beat in Gisborne, keeping us safe. Feel free to drop into the studio, Jaron. Co-commentary opportunity coming up, so I can stop listening to my own voice. And thanks Kane Davies, my current co-commentator, for confirming that number 10 indeed is the chickpea himself, Oli Cicci. Cicci, of course, of Italian origin, and there's no lack of irony that Cicci, of course, translates to, or Cicci I should say, to chickpea in Italian. And I can bring you on good authority that Cicci himself, the man, not the chickpea, is a vegan, currently studying to be a vet down there in Palmerston North. So you can't say you don't know. Davies now on the ball for Thistle. And it's Davies again with the throw. A couple of standard Kiwi calls for foul throw there. Wonder when everybody will realise that it really doesn't matter unless you're hurling it one-handed. Davies out on the left. Loses his touch and it's gone long. Going to go as far as saying that Zach Farmer on the ball there. A lot of chat from the Massey bench looking for cards. Got a question whether there's some sort of card consequence immunity going on there when you've got the Chief Operations Manager in charge of your team. Maybe a special discount day, 20% off all cards. But on the pitch you can't dispute that Massey are in the lead so far. George Andrew on the free kick. It's an excellent delivery to that near post. The Gisborne Thistle lone player causing problems for his parent club there. And looks like Farmer from this point, from my vantage point here, 400 kilometres away, looking to take that free kick, or the corner I should say. Cluster of bodies at that far post. Dangerous one again. Torres is on top of the botch, gives way to Ryan Anderson. Davies almost manages to keep it in, but cannot evade the flag of the assistant referee on the far side there. Dangerous through ball from Cicci there. Really quick on that. Loose play here in the middle, but it's Somerton that's going to end up with it. McCulkendale who picks up those scraps. So you've got McCulkendale in the middle in the number 8. Jacob Hansen wearing the number 2 at left back. And Oli Cicci wearing 10 in the middle. All reserve team players at the start of the season for Massey University. And you're going to go as far as saying there'll be 3 of their better players on the field today. So a lot of depth in the club. It's a reasonably different side than what came down to Gisborne, but some of those guys find themselves on the bench. Davies now with the throw out on the left. And we've got former or pioneer Gisborne Thistle Rangai media commentator Matthew Adams just joined us. Short career that he had, of course. But good to see him back. We'll see whether he can come up with some gold in that comment section. Keep you entertained for moments like this when the ball's on that adjacent pitch. Distinct lack of ball people in Massey University. You can just hear that conversation going on now between Gisborne Thistle manager Fletcher Stewart-Hill and his boss, Central Football Head Operations Manager Donald Piper, advising that if he wants to go and get the ball he can. They say chivalry's dead, but maybe they're right. Johnson stands over the ball looking to preserve that 2-goal lead for Massey University with the best part of an hour to play here. Looks to go long again, but can't quite catch that drop kick as he normally does. Scrappy in the middle here. Big challenge. In the middle there, looks like it's Ashley McMillan. But it's not Ashley McMillan. Once that conversation's finished, we'll get a little glimpse of who that might be. Could indeed be some shirt swapping going on amongst the players, just causing a bit of confusion, but you've got both the Davies boys, you've got Brandon Joslin, you've got Alan Zarate and Ashley McMillan all cutting a similar figure in the middle there. Just if Kane Davies is still watching, do you know any of the Gisborne Thistle players? Because I'm struggling today. Lengthy delay here, just sorting matters out in the penalty area. Andrew again over the free kick. He's gone far post this time. Looking for Jacob Hansen there up the far post. Thanks, Kane, for your feedback. No stress there, mate. Just having a stab at myself, if anything. You can hear that wind through the effects microphone there in Palmerston North, so it is a windy day. Might be making matters difficult for the Thistle players to bring the ball under control. Always a challenge playing away. Less of a challenge this year, of course, thanks to the support from the funders that we've got on board. That's New Zealand Community Trust, the Grassroots Trust and TAB New Zealand for helping us get on those planes and a nice bed to stay in the night before. And a special shout out to the Daily Grind Cafe down there on Ruahine Street opposite the hospital for looking after the boys. Unsure what exactly has been on the menu, but the feedback's been good, so thanks again to the Daily Grind Cafe. Caleb Young, the Massey captain, on the ball now, has McCorkindale, or Old Father Time as he's known by his teammates. And they're just composed in possession here, Massey, which is the way to go about things when you've got that comfortable lead in the early stages. But a 2-0 scoreline quickly becomes momentum in the other direction as soon as there's a response. Thank you, Brad, for the advice to change the battery. I'm not sure whether that's my cell phone, my microphone, the light that's glaring at me, my internal battery. It could be anything, mate. So we're just going to ignore it and hope for the best. And that's the way we do things in New Zealand. Back past there, Johnson's going to have to deal with that well, which he does. And Davies looks to latch on to there. McMillan now in a dangerous position. Time to shoot, has a go, and it's just wide there. Just a glimpse of the top of Donald Piper's head there. It had me thinking for a second that it could have been none other than the late night big breakfast Lee Hart. Older viewers will know him as that guy off Sports Cafe. Very similar shaped head. And you see there, loud and clear as daylight, the 16. So that's the second goal scorer at Massey University, Zach Farmer out on the left here. And he's got that over to Hilson, who switched sides to now be on the right. Chichi now in the middle. Has Farmer in space. Good bit of tracking there from Felipe Torres, who looks to release Summerton, but it's cut out in front of him. And a free kick this time, given to Massey University, who have played short. Now, my information says Jackson Bron in the 6, but I'm told by Kane Davies that Jackson Bron is on the bench. So who knows who that might be. Freeman now looks to add a second, but it's straight into the arms of Mitchell Stewart-Hill, who has Davies on the left-hand side of the pitch, travelling with the ball. Davies, the older brother, Ollie, of course. Both of them sponsored by Alan Callett, Panel and Paint. Both of them looking forward to turning 18 and being able to go inside the Rhythm and Vines Festival rather than volunteering out in the car park. Still plenty of sights to see, I'm sure. As Piper and Blair debate the finer points of officialdom through the effects microphone. Thistle in a good spot here with the free kick.
Well, if you're coming from, you might as well come all the way.
Now, Sam popping up there in the comment section. We don't mention things unless they pay us, mate. So, very close there. Looking like Alan Zarate from this vantage point, perhaps. Now, Brad, speaking of change the battery, just the data coming through on my cell phone's telling me that I'm chewing through it on the live stream. I hope you're all on a wireless network.
Now give it, Caleb. Now give it, Caleb.
If you don't have your socialiser coming through. And there's that head again down at the bottom of the screen. George Andrew with the flick from his head, which has plenty of hair on the top of it. Hilson on the right-hand side now. Former Red Sox man. Red Sox, of course, languishing in the depths of Horizons Premiership these days, which is the equivalent of the Pacific Premiership for the western side of the central region. If you've somehow managed to keep up with that, they're in dead last in the Horizons Premiership, so probably just as well they bailed on the league here. Caused those awkward and sometimes welcome buys, to be fair, in the Federation League. Massey with the corner now. Goes to the top of the box. McCorkindale's met that with a bit of venom, to be fair. It's well timed. Davies has stayed up top. Gets around one, but not the second.
Ben, get outside!
And this one now, looking like it's Zarate by the way he struck that ball with a little deflection.
Deflection.
And if anybody's got a bottle of water for the camera woman, feel free to relieve her. No vaping across the front of the screen this week though, which is good to see. It's a great little ball. Batarita now hasn't quite managed to get the shot away. And Alex Davies, the younger one, is composed and plays back to Mitchell Stewart Hill. Meets that one at the top of the area there. Thistle coach Garrett Blair begs for the flag. And it's McAulkindale now in the middle. Turns and finds his man. Chichi, good interchange there. Freeman's given it away, looking for Hilson on the left, but he's got it back. Anderson cuts out well, but again, they're free in the box. Massey, they just keep coming at Thistle today. It's a good save from Stewart Hill. Down to his right. Mitchell Stewart Hill, of course, sponsored by Ryan Electrical.
Ollie, good play, son. Keep it going now.
And he had to be lively there. And it's Zach Farmer standing over the ball for Massey University. Goes short, he's got Chichi, who gives it back. He stayed on side with the defenders staying deep. Clearance is made and McAulkindale has Chichi again. Long ball here for Massey and Anderson's head is clear. Valiant effort from Zarate to try and keep possession there, but it's Massey hot on the attack in the closing stages of this first half. Davies on his own. Farmer can't get the strike this time. Zach Farmer, of course, scoring the second goal after Joseph Freeman put Massey ahead after 10 minutes. Key observation from Brad Reynolds over there in Hamilton. That number 8 jersey occupied by Alex Davies today at 100% has been Nicholas Land's for the best part of the last 20 years now. But it's just a borrow, not to worry. And I'm sure Alex will do it credit today as he works hard here to get behind the ball. It's a menacing cross and that's dangerous, just strikes the upright. So managed to get away with it then. It was the right move defensively, it would have been incredibly unlucky. Farmer's wriggled around Davies there.
Done him. Oh, just one too far.
And indeed, just one too far. Thank you, co-commentator Rowdy Donny Piper. Massey slow it right down here. Greetings to our Chilean audience. Nene popping up there. Looking for strong Brandon Josling, but you won't find him out on that pitch today. He's not made it through the warm-up. Of course, during the week he was on the calf raises. Managed to single leg calf raise 200 kilograms. That's on a barbell as well, so just an insight into how strong the man is. But again, as Jake the Muss would tell us, too much weight's not enough speed work. Thistle looking to take something from this first half, but Massey have been resolute in their defence. Seeming to come away with the ball most of the time at the moment. Massey, of course, with a victory today will see them leapfrog Thistle on the table, but wouldn't see them take third spot with Whanganui Athletic playing New Plymouth Rangers today. And as we know, New Plymouth Rangers have actually given up on this season. They're just standing on the field when it suits them. So that'll be an easy win to Whanganui Athletic. I believe it's in New Plymouth today. Davies' little flick here has Torres at the far post, brings it down inside the area. Tricky feed and wins the corner. So Thistle a good chance here to make a statement going into half time.
Yeah. When are you coming back? Okay, but next weekend? Or the weekend after? Because we don't have a game next weekend, eh?
Just enjoying the dialogue on the side here. You can fill your own narrative about who that's between as we await this Thistle corner. It's fallen to Batarita at the top of the area, who gets it back in, and not the Gazelle up top there. But potentially Alex Davies. Just can't quite tell into that sunlight there.
Be alive, Caleb! Be alive, Caleb!
Just that number confusion's a point worth making. See Ashley McMillan there in the middle of the number 5. Looking forward to the second half. That'll just allow that story to unfold before us about who exactly is who. I can tell you that Massey University now are in possession again.
Whoa!
And this will get away with that one as that ball comes into the area. Something good's happened in the rugby game. That's not the live crowd, that's not computer-generated audio. And that's Stuart Hill going long. Davies looks to keep it in, but doesn't need to worry about it. So he'll have the throw instead. Little flick down here on the near side beneath the scaffolding that the camera sits atop. McMillan battling hard against McCorkindale there. Batarita strong in the challenge. Manages a bit of self-preservation as well, and Torres brings this one down. That's the end of the first half here at Massey University in Palmerston North. As the boys wander into the non-existent changing rooms, they're a bit of a hike at the ground there. And we have it, Massey University 2, Waikanae Beach Top 10 Holiday Park, Gisborne Thistle 0. And we'll meet you back for the second half. So just to summarise, down here on Gladstone Road in the studio here at Rangai Media, it's Waikanae Beach Top 10 Holiday Park, Gisborne Thistle 0, Massey University 2, thanks to goals from Joseph Freeman early on in the 10th minute and Zach Farmer following up after that. The home side have been strong. Gisborne Thistle are going to need to respond here, and we'll look to see you back in about 10 minutes for that second half of the action here. Thanks for joining us. Right, welcome back. Seems like the world's shortest half time, but those that hang around, you've been well rewarded. You'll see the start of this and you'll be able to enjoy what the players on the pitch can bring you. I can tell you that Travis White, sponsored by the Te Hapara store, has come on for Felipe Torres on the right-hand side. I can tell you that this is Ollie Davies up top in the number 11, and I can tell you that strong Brandon Josling, despite that 200 kg single leg calf raise misdemeanor, is playing left back today. So getting himself right about the pitch. Didn't even notice that the man who's played on the right side for most of his career just popped up at left back today. So he's done a good job there. Kept it looking nice and tidy as we await referee Jason Marshall emerging back onto the pitch. Perhaps been riding his motorbike at half time. And look forward to hopefully a Waikanae Beach top 10 holiday park Gisborne Thistle comeback here to make things interesting. What I'll be interested to see is the players on this near side as we're on the Facebook platform today, which is causing just those slight issues in the visuals. A bit of pixelation coming through there, but we're able to bring it to you live, and so far so good. We're still here as that second half gets underway. That's George Andrew on the ball now, looking for Zach Farmer on the right, who's got that strong Brandon Josling in the number 3. My eyes weren't playing tricks on me. He's there, he's present. He made it through the warm-up, and Ollie Davies isn't playing in two different positions. That rugby game that you'll hear the phantom whistle and crowd noise from, still going on at the top of the screen there. And Gisborne Thistle playing a force back game of their own out the left-hand side here. If co-commentator Kane is watching, just advise in the comments section if there's any substitutions for Massey University, please, sir. It's Summerton the Gazelle who's one possession here and has Davies free on the left. His cross comes over, it's cleared by the Massey University defence. Quick movement there though from Gisborne Thistle, and a bit of a hassle coming in here. It's Zarate and Davies taking on George Andrew. And Zach Farmer's left a boot in there. He may find himself in the referee's notebook, which he does. Oh, no, I've just spotted that awful Matt Bakel on the sideline just when the day was starting to go well. What is he doing here? How did they let him in? Just a nasty piece of work. It just really brings everyone down. But on the positive side, I see the Bushman Ronnie Young joining on the bench today, and good on him for taking the trip. He'll be raising the spirits of all and sunder. And it's strong Brandon Josling's delivery. May have been him taking the corners. He's got a similar running style, Josling and the Davies boys. Not at full flight, but when they're working through those middle stages. Down there left of screen, of course, Gisborne Thistle social media manager Alice Jenkins. She'll be waiting for Lockie Preston, the Instagram king, to get on the field for Massey University. Not sure whether he will, but thanks to the publicity brought by the Rangai Media live stream, he's gained another 20 followers and he's edging closer to 1,000 on that Instagram. One thing he wants to watch out for, though, is that Ollie Chichi, now that he's on the scene, he's in the high 200s. But a lot to offer with veganism and what have you. A lot of different content coming through it. It's Massey now, getting into the Thistle area. Sliding challenge from, looks like Ash McMillan based on the way he walks. And it's a Massey University corner here. Preston on the bench for Massey University, also on Ask FM for those who are interested. As the corner comes over. And Zarate looks to have got some sort of touch on that. There's a further deflection from a Massey University player, which leaves Mitchell Stewart-Hill with a goal kick. Now, I'm no sailor, but it looks like Thistle are playing into the wind this half from right to left on the screen as it pans. Zarate manages to find Summerton there, and Davies with speed latches onto this. Doesn't take it around the defender, elects to cross on the right, and it's cleared at the far post by Jacob Hansen. And that looks like Zach Farmer out on the left there. But I've been wrong for almost the entire first half, so I could be wrong again. Free kick found in that for Gisborne Thistle. They'll look to get underway here. Now with Havelock and Palmerston North Marist playing up the road, it's a great chance for Gisborne Thistle to really close the gap on Palmerston North Marist in second, who have a game in hand as well. Rather, Thistle have the game in hand over Palmerston North Marist. So really good bite at second place and a mathematical chance of still taking the league out if they can turn this result around and get a couple goals. And it's only a great save from Mitchell Stewart-Hill that's stopped the third going in there, just as I was mesmerised by those cornrows of the number 2 for Massey University, which by my information tells me it's Jacob Riley. Which makes sense based on the last time. Andrew here in position for Massey, turns around and starts again. That's Jacob Riley on the ball now. Caleb Young finds him back again in those slick cornrows, and Ryan Anderson is forced to make the clearance. And it's another Massey University corner. Chichi in a dangerous position inside the box here. Cuts it back and wins another one for Massey University. They've played it short. It's the former New Zealand under-17 international. Gives it back to Jacob Riley. But it's cleared by Thistle, who'll look to counter here. Davies, but it's Massey with numbers back. He's found Travis White in the middle, who has a go from distance, blocked by Riley. Summerton now, who will look to have a go for himself but doesn't, finds Davies, who manages to keep it in and does well to jump the challenge there. Might have needed to just take the hit and get what could have been a penalty there for Gisborne Thistle to get them back in the game. And it's a through ball to nobody in particular there by Joseph Freeman, the number 9 for Massey University. With Stewart-Hill, who's just exchanging with Josling off screen at the top there. Davies' flick has found Summerton, who'll go at Caleb Young. And Myers' clearance is into his captain. Massey University come away with the ball for it to be won back by Ashley McMillan, sponsored by Gisborne Honda. And again, it's Freeman with that ball into the pocket, but there's nobody in that pocket. Only asking his teammate Zach Farmer to get on the end of it. The throw's taken early. I just spotted the fresh fade there of Gonzalo Brunelli, the Uruguayan, who we saw at the very start of coverage here. So the boys might have used the morning to get a few haircuts, and that'll be the missing link that we're not acknowledging in the first half. Looks like he's playing slightly further forward though, perhaps in that midfield three. We used to have the confusion between Sporforth Brouwer and Tomic Frooms. Rest his Gisborne footballing soul. He's now, of course, to be found at Havelock North Wanderers, but these days it's the Davies boys, Brunelli and Zarate, who are the quadruplets, so it would seem. Corkindale now for Massey, there's no mistaking him. And that looks like Jacob Hansen on the left. If indeed Jackson Bron is at home on the bench. Chechi does well to turn and keep possession. Now, it appears that he took 2019 off altogether, Chechi, just as he's in his early 20s, perhaps to focus on the study. Who knows? Anybody that knows him might be able to enlighten us. He's exchanged well with Andrew there and used a little bit of experience, you'd say, to go down under the attention, I wouldn't even call it a challenge, of Alan Zarate. Special good day to Sensei Peter Berry there. Gisborne Thistle playing in the all-white, mate. At the start of the coverage, you'll hear that announcement, and probably worth repeating a few times. They're in their away kit, so the all-white with the blue shoulders. And thank you to Kuba Yedebek, the Gisborne Thistle player who's injured, popping up in the comments to clarify that. Massey now on the edge of the area. That's the challenge of Brunelli. Just as we get used to the new addition, of course, his second game and second start for Gisborne Thistle. Part of the new Uruguayan chapter that we have here, formerly of Plaza Colonia. Batarita goes long, evades Riley and deceives McCorkindale. Zarate gives short, and it's now Davies on the ball, heading into the area for Thistle. Using all his trickery and holding onto the ball. Let's go of one. Composed goalkeeping from Tommy Johnson. He lets that drop kick go, but he's not quite catching them today. Now, just to clarify the location of those single leg calf raises during the week from jostling, of course, the YMCA Gisborne, who are offering discounted memberships to Gisborne Thistle Club members. Get in there, $9 a week. If you want to start your own or continue your health and fitness journey. And Brad, if you're still with us, you'd better get that battery changed, mate. Something's going to happen pretty soon if you don't. But it's Gisborne Thistle with a free kick here. Will be under Batarita, the captain today, in the absence of Nicholas Land, standing over it. Batarita, of course, sponsored by Matai, the research facility, into all matters of between the ears, but behind the face. That's the brain, for those that can't figure that out. The younger Davies, Alex, does well to play back to Mitchell Stewart-Hill there, and Thistle start again. Matarita goes long, and it's Riley's loose touch. Sees the ball fall for Davies, but he recovers. And strong Brandon Josling out on the left here. We'll take the throw. Josling thought he might have kept it in, but doesn't, and he's just turned his ankle there by the looks of it. Insider knowledge from Fletcher Stewart-Hill on the sideline there suggests that it may be a recurring injury. Just a pause and play here. Gives us an opportunity to check out what's on the back of Jimmy Summerton there. Of course, you can see between the shoulder blades, ALH stands for Aotearoa Labour Hire. Treasured sponsor of Gisborne Thistle this season. Decking the boys out with all sorts of kit. And just underneath the number there, you've got Dynamic Rehab, which is the physiotherapy services provided by Matt Baple's lovely twin, Mark, as well as Matt Keyworth down there at Dynamic Rehab. And you'll also see on the shorts, if we can catch the glimpse, perhaps on the back of Daniel Venema, who's about to enter into the game, Pro Traffic. Daniel Venema, of course, sponsored by Rotorua Forklift and Machinery Services. So he'll just slot into left back there. Keep an eye out for the Cruyff turns. And once they can use the Bobcat of Diggett Gizzy, of course, Cullen Sporforth's player sponsor, even though he's not here today. Diggett Gizzy still supporting us, and they managed to roll Brandon Josling, or lift Brandon Josling off the field. And for some reason, Matt Baple's giving him attention, but I don't know why he'd be doing that, because that guy doesn't know what he's doing. He wants his brother Mark. Young now on the ball for Massey University. It's a strong headed clearance by Ryan Anderson, sponsored by Habitat Solutions. Getting the work done nice and fast there. And Venema will get his first touch with a throw. This is another try in the rugby game up the top of the screen there. On this pitch in front of us, it's Zarate climbing high to win a header. It's going to be a throw to Massey University. And Zarate again clears that one before it causes any more danger. Special good day to Liam Ryan, of course, the man behind the sponsorship of Mitchell Stewart-Hill. Ryan Electrical can vouch for the service personally. Nothing short of outstanding. Our home's a lot safer now than it was. Out those exploding light bulbs above the kitchen bench, thanks Liam. Davies now in a dangerous position for Thistle. Cuts onto the right and squares. He's got Summerton in the middle and Zarate at the top of the box. But it's been cleared. Just probably needed something a little bit quicker there. As the ball comes around the back. It's Ryan Anderson on the ball exchanging with Alex Davies. Goes all the way back to Stewart-Hill, that man, sponsored by Ryan Electrical. And Davies will latch onto this. Gets all the way to the byline and gets that crossover. It's deep and Summerton's there, but he leaves it for his man at the far post, which was Ashley McMillan. Brunelli now in that classy high fade. And Travis White on the ball. Brunelli on the right-hand side of the penalty area for Gisborne Thistle. Strong in possession, but Summerton is thwarted by Ben Meyer. Farmer now on the ball, gets around Batarita, who gives him a little clip and gets himself a yellow ticket. So it must be discount day here at Massey University. Plenty of yellow cards going everywhere. Donald Piper, Chief Operations Manager for Central Football, on the side, welcoming the extra finance coming in. Of course, going to a good cause, going to grow the game. As we look forward to Lee Smith, the new staff member coming in to replace Seba Eatman in Gisborne. We have a corner here for Massey University. Of course, for those joining in, if you can't quite make out the clock, if you haven't turned your phone to landscape mode, we're in the second half here. We're 65 minutes in. And Massey have a 2-0 lead, courtesy of 2 first half goals to Joe Freeman and Zach Farmer. Gisborne Thistle running out of time to respond. And this result would see Massey University leapfrog them in the table. It's gone right across the face of goal. And referee Jason Marshall's found a touch potentially by Stuart Hill there in goal for Thistle in the pink, hard to miss. As Farmer makes his way to the other side of the pitch to take the corner again. Dangerous to the far post, but Batarita reads it expertly. Massey player in the offside position there, and Thistle will take the free kick on the ground. Batarita now moving forward. Brunelli's out of the game there. He's been beaten on that occasion, but Venema holds his shape well. Plays it short to the Uruguayan. And Zarate now, the Argentinian. Sees a foul committed by number 5, Ashley McMillan, who, based on the sheer amount of yellow cards already given out here today, may or may not already be in the book, which may be why he's avoided further punishment here. And Massey University send numbers forward looking for that killer blow. But as we've said before, it takes about 20 seconds to score a goal, so she's not over till it's over. It's a scuffed free kick, if anything, there from Farmer. Somerton on the ball, has Davies to his left. It's cut out well by McCorkindale, who's worth every compliment that he's paid in. Hanson that time comes over to the other side of the pitch for a good covering tackle on Jimmy the Gazelle Somerton. That one's just run out of play there, so he can phase off the throw-in. So the last touch by Alan Zarate there, of course sponsored by MediaWorks and More FM, who you'll need to keep an ear out for over the next week. Gisborne Thistle's next home game is on Sunday versus Levin. And there's a special treat coming up there thanks to committee member Jason Burgess. Won't lift the lid on it too much, but she's going to be an atmosphere created if plans are still in place. Something really to look forward to, something very different coming up. This game's just slowed right down out here as those shadows lengthen. You can see the little, almost like a clock tower that the camera woman is in today. Brunelli almost caught on the ball there, but wriggles his way out of that to find Venema. Davies now on the left, and Venema goes around him and goes long, but that one's gone out of play. And as we head through the afternoon, you'll all be thinking of dinner. Go no further than Neighbourhood Pizzeria down there in Balance Street to fill your guts. Discount code today, of course, is High Fade in honour of Brunelli's Fresh Cut. And that'll get you a cut of 4.38% on your order total. So you just got to mention that High Fade code to Marcel Campbell, the owner down there. Tell him that we sent you. And the more you order, the more you save.
Maths.
Alex Davies now on the ball, has Brunelli in the middle. He's asking a little bit of McMillan to bring that one under control, but they've got away with it, the Thistle. Just checking if Brad Reynolds is still awake with that subliminal message coming up. Don't know if I think the double A's have run out, Brad. Might have to go for the C. Zarate has McMillan on his inside, but Andrew has hassled him well and come up with that. Brunelli almost does enough. It looks like it's Freeman out on the left there, if not Hilson. Ball's gone across goal and resulted in a goal kick for Thistle. Stuart Hill now will look to go long from the goal kick here. But doesn't quite get there, finds Davies, whose touch is picked up on by McCorkindale, that experienced man. This little clip here is ominous. He's picked up the scraps there and he'll hopefully look to shoot to reward his run, but doesn't manage to get the ball out from underneath his feet. That's Andrew there, who's found Riley on the right-hand side, manages to keep it in. His cross to the far post evades immediate response from any of his teammates. Hopeful handball shout there by the Massey players. And it's Hansen who has Meyer, who gives it back to him. Freeman now on the ball for Massey. But it's won by Anderson. Come away through Brunelli, White, and now Zarate. Heavy challenge by McCorkindale, but Zarate's managed to push his way through it. Travis White now on the right-hand side for Thistle, whose cross is cut out by Jacob Hansen. And it's Joe Freeman on the ball, under attention from Ashley McMillan and Gonzalo Brunelli. And Massey have ended up with the throw. Time running out here for Gisborne Thistle to take something away from this fixture. They're going to need 3 for 3 points, or 2 for 1 as it stands. Brad, thank goodness you're back. The battery almost ran out again. We're on short supply of the double A's. Chechi in a dangerous position here. Lets one go, but it's blocked by Venema. Farmer opportunistic on the right, crosses too close to Stuart Hill, and that's easy for a man of his experience and expertise. Throw is out to Venema, brings it down under attention from Farmer. There's a lot of energy going into a lot of these plays from the Massey University players. That Donald Piper revolution that started in 2016 really is building momentum. If you got guys like Chechi signing and experienced metaphorical professionals such as Dave McCorkindale coming in and shoring things up, solid goalkeeper in Tommy Johnston, and it could be like the mid-80s when they were in the Central League again, just for a couple of results. Farmer now gets one in. It's the far post, and Hilson can't wrap his foot around that one. Used to, of course, scoring in the smaller futsal goals. Dan Venema getting a talking to for some unidentified reason there. Maybe for expressing displeasure a little bit too openly. And there's a substitute coming in.
I don't think there's any sound.
Just letting that run for theatre. When those at the ground watch this back, you'll fully understand that there is indeed sound, loud and clear. And Zarate has worn one there. Referee Jason Marshall looking to ignore that as the ball thudders into the scaffolding. And Zarate tells him that he's worn one between the eyes. Now, understandably, Facebook is a little bit niggly on the replay, but if you set yourself up right, you can have a look back at that. Wouldn't recommend doing it now, though, for fear of missing the action. Good opportunity for sponsorship coming up in the comments there, and congratulations to Brad Reynolds for not identifying the type of beverage he's consuming. There's a certain company here in Gisborne that we'd love to have a little bit of support from. Doors open if you want to walk through. Imagine a tap in the Gisborne Thistle club rooms.
Whoa.
Sunday afternoon.
Oh.
Everybody enjoying their neighbourhood pizza. Summerton now in the box. Clearance is made by George Andrew. It's gone as far as Daniel Venema, who looks to get one to the far post. That's cleared by Ben Meyer. It's Massey hot on the attack here. Cut out by Dan Venema, to the excitement of Fletcher Stewart-Hill on the side. Good throw, good pick out there by Mitchell Stewart-Hill, finds Davies. Looks forward for Jimmy the Gazelle Summerton, who's in the area. And under close attention from Caleb Young, Summerton does well to keep it in. But the composed clearance is just clipped by Caleb Young. This time it's on the other side of the field now, though, for Travis White. And Massey have wound up back in position. Freeman up top has a free kick, which Brunelli attempts to ensure is taken in the correct space. Long ball through for Zach Farmer there. And Mitchell Stewart-Hill with a goal kick. Just hearing the comments and the effects mic from Massey University coach Donald Piper. We were about to see the Instagram King, but sounds like he's withdrawn the warm-up request to Lockie Preston. And nothing needs to change on the pitch for Massey at the moment. Been in control of this game. Unless, of course, that is the earlier substitution that's come into effect, because that's Lockie Preston, the Instagram King, and the number 5 there now. who's come on for Jacob Riley by the looks of it. So the stay here, Lockie, was more of an on-pitch command than a request for company on the side. Of course, coverage coming to you from Pleasant Road in Gisborne. We're calling what we see in front of us. Thank you, Ryan Noble. Nice name, by the way. Greytown's finest. Lockie Preston looks to get a through ball there. Hilson may have been offside in that situation, but play's been allowed to run. It's cut out by Ryan Anderson. It's a Massey University corner for those just joining us.
Ollie, turn it up a notch for me.
Farmer standing over the ball. Chichi offers support, but it's declined. It's a good take through traffic from Mitchell Stewart-Hill.
Drive back, all of us!
The younger Davies Alex has Travis White ahead of him, but he's muscled off the ball by Ben Meyer and then scythed down. It looks like big Caleb Young wandering over there to give Travis White a telling off.
We love you, Travis!
Referee Marshall throws out an obligatory no more. Free kicks taken short for Young, and then Chichi, and now McCorkindale. And there is that man, Lockie Preston, coming into the fixture at right back. Davies wins possession for Thistle, but it's won swiftly back by Chichi. And Freeman now strikes the upright. Swift opportunity almost taken there by Massey to really kill the game off. And they've gone close there again. Again, Joseph Freeman. Thistle just need to up the tempo a bit now to stay in this game. (2-0) in 10 minutes. That's doable. 3-0 is a bit of a mountain. The stuff of legends, but who's to say? Travis White will probably find himself in the book there for that shirt tug. It's another yellow to the stack.
No more, Trav! No more!
And it's Tommy Johnson standing over the free kick. Which eventually he might take. We weren't suspended in time and space there. It's just taking his time over that free kick. Davies wins one and wins it for himself. It's a big shove there from Caleb Young, and if all things are equal, that's a yellow card for him now. Fairly cynical shove on that occasion. And it's Batarita who will stand over the kick. Goes long into the high line of Johnson. Ryan Anderson is up and Johnson wins it back. Looks to release a famed drop kick. And he's definitely got that one. And that's dangerous, but Stuart Hill is aware of the threat. And Jimmy Selmerton is now in position. Travis White looks to switch. And it's managed to get to Ollie Davies, who's just entering into the area and will look to shoot here. It's a strong challenge that's come in from George Andrew to stop him in his tracks. Venema now has McMillan, who keeps it with Travis White, who'll look to deliver. That one's gone for a goal kick. Johnson, who's just as long off the ground as he is from his hands, has Hansen now, and Freeman cut out by Brunelli. George Andrew gets it short to Chechi, the chickpea, and Farmer's cross has Freeman in very advantageous position, but it's a sharp and alert save from Mitchell Stewart-Hill that's kept the scoreline at 2-0. Outstanding save there. That one's worth negotiating the finer points of Facebook to catch a replay. Could have been the game well and truly killed off there for Massey, but Thistle now have to defend this. Chichi's not as good on the left as he is on the right. That ball is singing around at the moment. It's going to fall for a goal kick to Thistle, who probably only have maybe 2 or 3 chances left to take something away from this game. Again, assumedly, Whanganui Athletic get the win over New Plymouth Rangers today. Davies has this and a little contest with Preston. It's Massey who wound up with the ball. Farmer looking to get around Venema, who stands up well and sends him to the byline, but he's made it there. And it's another save by Stuart Hill. Attempted bicycle kick in the middle there. Stuart Hill's been outstanding today. Without flaw, you'd have to say. Preston now find himself in the middle and back for Caleb Young, who's fallen and won a free kick. Zarate looking a little bit perplexed there about interpretation of some rulings today. Some things that have been seen and not seen. He'll have to get on with it. Massey University again. And they're taking half the pitch. The rugby game's over. Looks like the right team has won. Back on this pitch, it's Farmer with another ball to the far post, and Massey University in the last sort of 10 minutes could have put this game well beyond anyone's reach for lack of finishing.
Yeah, he said he's fine.
Matarita finds Summerton again, but McCorkindale disrupts the attack enough. Davies gets around the outside of one, is foiled by McCorkindale on the track. As Massey look to make that substitution. And it's the first goal scorer, Joe Freeman, who's coming off. Looking like it'll be either Reece Gullier or Jackson Bron who comes on,
Dave, 2-1.
and that will be revealed in the fullness of time or not.
Players the one. We'll go 2-1. Yeah, we'll go 2-1 in the one up.
Venomous throws for Zarate, who tries to bring it down for Davies. Can't on that occasion. Preston's throw. Here's Chichi on the end of it. It's a clever little flick, results in another throw in for Preston. Palmer's flick goes no further than Brunelli, who's got a little bit more time than he expected. Zarate has the time to turn twice. For Batarita, finds Somerton in the pocket, manages to keep the ball in. Davies on his outside, who looked across here. Corkindale waiting in the middle for the clearance. It's only gone as far as McMillan, who's then thwarted. Alex Davies keeps it short. Little scrappy period there has seen Thistle still in possession. Travis White goes to the far post, but it's cut out by the Massey University defender. Just a little bit sun-strike there, so no chance of knowing who that is. And a Gisborne Thistle corner. They need to score here, have any chance at all of taking something away from this game. There's 4 o'clock. Rings in the background. Perhaps it's only 4:45. Or maybe it's another time altogether. Floor manager Tom coming through with the intel. And it's 4:30 New Zealand Standard Time. Of course, a 2:45 kickoff down in Palmerston North, as opposed to the 2:30s and the 3 o'clocks, or even the 12s and 1s that we've had so far this season. And we are just meandering to a gentle close here. Unless there's something that can be pulled out on this occasion. That ball's got to get forward for Gisborne Thistle. And it's got to happen quick. Stuart Hill is alert to that. And Brunelli has gone forward to try and give Thistle an extra option up there. Massey composed, however, holding their shape at the back. Batarita looks to find Somerton that one last time. But for lack of a fourth official here, you're going to assume that there's less than a minute to play. A heavy challenge in the middle there. Thistle lined up with a free kick through that. Batarita standing over it. This one's going to go right into the area. And if Thistle can get on the end of this, it'll be a frenetic finish. It's only a matter of seconds remaining, surely, though. And that's Chichi. Moves away. Davies does well to cover and clear. Stuart Hill tries to find Venema in a rush, but not to be today. And we're well and truly into referee's time here. And Piper just uses a bit of experience there in the coaching box to bring off Michael Hilson. And empty the deck of substitutes. And if I don't know better, I don't think that is Reece Gully coming on. Someone different than who was listed. And just keep an eye on the referee here because you'll see that whistle move to his mouth very shortly. As Zarate looks to find White there. Deep into injury time. As he just checks his watch that one last time. Floor manager Tom is waiting by, ready to cut the cord, so to speak, on a day that hasn't been too flash for Gisborne Thistle. It's a good result for Massey University. It sees them in 4th place, and it sees matters drawn to a close here at Massey University in Palmerston North. It's Isles Construction, Massey University 2. Waikanae Beach, Top 10 Holiday Park, Gisborne Thistle 0 on this occasion. And we'll look forward to seeing you next Sunday at Childers Road Reserve, where Thistle welcomes Levin to catch us at home. Hopefully a more positive result for Gisborne Thistle. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks to Rangai Media for the coverage. Don't forget to get on that YouTube platform to like and subscribe. And you can enjoy all the past matches and the more enjoyable results for Gisborne Thistle than today. But thanks again. Look forward to seeing you next time, which is next Sunday, Childers Road Reserve, 1 p.m. See you there.